I mean, they should have made. I feel like they should have made that fight before. I don't know, Joe Smith's people. When I heard that they were fighting, I would have never bet anything in the world that they were going to put him in against Sullivan Barrera.
Yeah, you told me that too before the fight got announced and everything.
I was like, no, what the hell, And then you wonder. And then Seanie Monaghan gets served up against Marcus Brown. I mean, you kind of knew we both picked Marcus Brown because of his speed, his angles. I mean, Monaghan had, I guess, a puncher's chance, but he's just too slow. But I thought that Joe Smith people could have at least gave Monaghan the same amount of money to fight Joe or more, and they're both from Long Island, and then Joe would be able to build off of that fight. But now this guy's been set back. He had a good story, the laborer, the union guy, going to work with the hard hat in boxing and being the first person to knock Bernard Hopkins out. But even though Bernard we all know, was way old. But, I mean, now now you're right. They can make that fight. They can make that fight. It's like the lowest level, just like they can make Amir Khan, Kell Brook. You can make any fight you want past the sell date. But two Irish kids, I mean, me and you both know what's going to happen. Joe Smith's going to knock Monaghan out. I just feel like Joe Smith's power, he does have devastating power, man. Devastating power. He's just not sneaky enough. Maybe he should go with another trainer, too. That's another good thing they can do. His advisors or agent or anybody that's telling him, what to do next in his career. He can be like, now you've seen what it's like at with Sullivan Barrera, someone who's a very crafty boxer. Maybe you need to go with a top echelon trainer. Because you see, Joseph
who would be a perfect fit for him? John David Jackson.
John David Jackson. Get another power puncher. Because all he needs to do is just be a little more sneakier. Because the thing with me is, if I was training him, I would have told him in the corner, bro, let's be a little, because Sullivan Barrera at points, Sullivan Barrera was disciplined for 80% of the fight on the outside boxing and being careful and not going toe-to-toe with Joe Smith where he could get caught in an exchange. Because that was the only thing Barrera had to worry about. But Barrera had to have it here and there a few times, at least once, every other round, where he would go in. He thought he had Joe Smith hurt, and he would go in and go for the kill where he could ease. Joe Smith got to recognize that. He got to play possum a little bit sometimes. He's got to get that little bee-hop in his game. You got to that comes with, I don't know, man. That's something. You got to be sneaky. You got to be a snake when you're boxing. You got to reel a guy in, and then when you have that type of power, boom, you catch him in an exchange. You know what I mean? Even if you take a couple steps back like he hurt you, because Barrera was making that mistake going at him. So he's got to get someone that can just teach him the game, I feel like. Like you said, John David Jackson would be awesome. And plus people will be, now people know he fought that whole fight with a broken jaw, so they're going to play that, whatnot. But, I mean, we haven't seen that last to Joe Smith. He just needs one more big win. Sullivan Barrera changed trainers, and he's rejuvenated himself, looking to fight Kovalev next. So.
But one thing Joe Smith has to do is leave that construction work. He has to be a full-time boxer. He can't keep going on to that union work. So he needs to be a full-time boxer. That's the only way he's going to get better. And he needs to probably switch to another trainer as well. So, but like I said, it's going to happen next. It's a New York fight, Seanie Monaghan versus Joe Smith. We all think Joe Smith is going to knock him out, but it's a good comeback fight, and it's a selling fight for the both of them. They got their little rivalry, so